2006, a great need for information, research and collaboration is realized among higher institutions of learning to boost their intellectual output and research-led transformation.
It was about enabling researchers and educators to connect with the colleagues around the world. To move from the days when if you wanted to refer to a paper, you had to write to the British Lending Library. This is a letter taking about a week to get there, and then maybe in another 2 weeks the paper comes. And that kind of cycle for research is so slow, you just can't keep up.
Something called the internet had been invented only about 10 years before, but it really hadn't become of age even at the time that we were talking of RENU. Things were beginning to happen. But the happy circumstance that we were addressing at the time was that we now had the means through fiber optic communications for us to be able to link continents and to go across countries.
The Research and Education Network for Uganda is a not-for-profit membership-based institution that has for 15 years been at the center stage of enabling research and education collaboration in Uganda through provision of high-speed internet connectivity and other ICT collaborative services specialized for the research and education community.
From the telephone where you could only do a conversation at a time, we are now able to have a meeting where people would sit and talk together. And so particularly developments in fiber optics. So it was formed really to take advantage of those developments and create communities of practice of learning that were far beyond a single university, a single department, and brought together the synergies of many scholars across institutions.
Universities are about research and education. And research and education are about national development. Now, as you know, there's no way you can do research if you cannot access the global knowledge resources, the papers, the journals, the documents, and colleagues around the world. And therefore, connectivity is like the lifeblood, if you like, of modern education.
But the vehicle needed for this research and collaboration was neither reliable nor affordable.
There was the gap of access to information resources, or ICT. And there was also a gap of capacity, technical capacity. There was a need for the equipment you use in points of presence. The abbreviation for point of presence is POP. Now a POP is a place where you have this equipment for switching and storing information and routing and things like that, where the institutions now aggregate and then you carry their traffic together. So there was a need for POP equipment, and not one POP, multiple POPs across the country.
So we said, if we need to enable that, how can we bring down costs? And that, of course, goes to aggregation, because if we can work like 20 universities instead of one university, then you have got volume, you have got negotiating power, you can seize economies of scale.
The hard work and dedication of the founders of RENU saw the unit cost of international bandwidth to RENU member institutions gradually drop from more than $3,300 per Mbps per month in 2006 to as low as $20 per Mbps per month in 2020. Located at Makerere University main campus, RENU has a membership of 141 institutions with 220 campuses connected to its high-speed internet network. The connected members are strictly research or education institutions such as universities, tertiary institutions, research organizations, and schools.
If it's in one folder, I will just type the name.
Since then, RENU has advanced to become Uganda's national research and education network and one of the most vibrant NRENs on the continent. Its major focus is on improving fast, reliable and affordable internet to enable ICT-based collaboration among Uganda's education and research institutions. Is RENU still on course to achieve its desired goal of uplifting the quality of education and research in the country?
Today, RENU is not just an internet service provider. It's a solutions provider for educational and research institutions, and it's really great to have seen this transition.
As an organization grows, it encounters challenges and opportunities that demand different solutions. As RENU worked hard to accomplish a world of good for researchers, new sets of challenges, not limited to technological advancement, slapped a speed governor on the organization.
The most critical one was that financial crisis, the insolvency. So really that one was a combination of very, very frugal, restrained use of resources, very frugal. A lot of people went without salaries for several years.
You have got the equipment, you need the skills. And this is a big gap in many countries because you need advanced engineering capacity, advanced programming and systems capacity to set up, operate and run a network. And that was the next big challenge. Research and education networks had existed around the world long before that. So people like the Network Startup Resource Center, which is based in the USA, they have been great friends from the word go. They came to talk to us to carry out training and everything. We created an environment where young ICT people could come in and work and have the freedom to perform.
Despite significant challenges, RENU has grown. In just 1.5 decades, this small not-for-profit organization has undergone a remarkable transformation. In 2015, RENU commissioned its first data center that enabled member institutions to keep their servers for safety or backup.
We have the capability in terms of the capacity, the bandwidth capacity, both internationally and locally. We are working with a number of solutions to reach out institutions in different remote areas of Uganda. So solutions from fiber connection to wireless microwave, we all have those solutions that are available to connect them.
On 7th January 2016, RENU launched the EduRoam service in Uganda and was officially recognized as the 75th national roaming operator for EduRoam in the world.
This is a free and secure and trusted Wi-Fi network designed or implemented specifically for researchers, teachers, students, and maybe say institutions.
EduRoam has quickly become one of the most sought-after services for research and education institutions as it provides connectivity for staff, lecturers and students as they roam from one campus to another. EduRoam can be accessed internationally, both in institutional premises and other public places like shopping malls, hospitals and airports. In 2017, RENU Cloud was launched to offer virtual servers on which member institutions can buy space for off-site disaster recovery solutions, saving space, equipment and power costs.
So we bought servers and had those servers not only in this data center, but other RENU data centers across, and not only in this data center or other data centers across Uganda. We also began having data backups to different cloud systems, just in case. And also the other angle was that institutions needed a data recovery center. So for example, I have my own data center. An institution had already invested in the data center, but they said in case there is a fire, in case there is a problem, maybe theft, maybe something like that, we need our data replicated in somewhere else. So they did replicate that in the RENU data center.
We have different packages of cloud. And if at all an institution wants to maybe upgrade from the current package they are utilizing to a better package, we can do that seamlessly, minus causing any service downtime.
In the same year, RENU Open Source Mirror was launched. Still in 2017, RENU launched EduVPN, enabling subscribing members of RENU to get a secure internet access whenever they happen to be using unsecure public connections. In 2019, RENU introduced the Turnitin plagiarism detection software as a service to its members. The software helps researchers and institutions of higher learning to detect originality of researchers and coursework. RENU provides this service at a subsidized cost for its members.
Which is on level 2.
In the same year, Uganda Communications Commission (UCC), under its Rural Communications Development Fund, signed a memorandum of understanding with RENU to extend high internet connection to 55 secondary schools.
Going as partners, we facilitate through RENU for more secondary schools to be connected to the internet. So it's no longer just about tertiary institutions and already established research institutions, but now they have gone into the crust of educational institutions. So now that they have embraced secondary school, I look forward to them even embracing primary school, because it's all educational institutions. So that at the end of the day, we know that there is an institution ensuring that all educational institutions have connectivity and are able to utilize the internet for good.
M1 times M2 will be negative 1. S minus A.
Ronald Dungu is an influential personality in promoting digital education among secondary schools. He initiated the holistic e-learning project among secondary schools in different parts of the country onto the RENU network. The project partners with RENU to enable virtual sharing of knowledge among secondary schools.
This means that if I select Bob to speak, there are 3 more times of chance.
Currently, he is seated at the RENU headquarters, moderating an L-level mathematics virtual seminar among 64 participating secondary schools over the RENU network.
This is one way we would like to cover the gap, reduce the gap between the urban and rural schools. And I'm sure at one point we'll have 1,000 schools connected to one screen and learning together.
This is the first virtual seminar I've had today, so I would say it's better than the physicals I've had before. Because before we would have problems with the space. First of all, you're going to a school and they're telling you can only take 30 girls, but you have a class of about 60 people because the school cannot accommodate all of you. But at least here we connect from our different regions, but all of us are present.
The benefits that we as an institution have received from RENU is the ability to do new things in the digital world. The high quality internet service with high bandwidth and excellent ability to maintain good quality of service has been a great benefit to the school. We've managed to do new things in terms of looking at our program, looking at what we offer to our students, engaging students in new and interesting ways, allowing students to use online resources, electronic textbooks, connecting our students with others around the world. All of this has been made possible because of RENU and the services that they have rendered to us.
2020 was a year like no other. The COVID-19 pandemic has created the largest disruption of education systems in history, affecting nearly 1.6 billion learners world over, according to the United Nations. In 2020, RENU introduced Metro Eduroam in 300 spots in Kampala, Mukono and Entebbe to bring the much-needed wireless connection close to the end users.
Eduroam used to be within the institution premises, but we broke the boundary of institution premises and we moved to outside institutions. Outside institutions areas like apartments, malls, coffee places, petrol stations, and other areas around the metropolitan region.
The future of education as we know it lies in research, collaboration, and information. RENU is now looking to high-tech innovative solutions to not only provide high-speed internet for learners, but to also spread to all institutions across the country for improved education for decades to come. The first institution to join the RENU membership was Uganda Christian University, Mukono. Kampala International University, KRU, is a private institution based in Uganda.
The main campus joined RENU much earlier compared to our Western campus, which joined in 2017. We subscribed and we saw a definite turnaround in terms of the internet service provision. One thing that I can say that has also come out as a benefit from our relationship with RENU is for them to assist us identify our needs. Access internally has actually improved by them trying to say, look, I think you need to check this, you need to check this. Not that we do not have the capacity, but because they are in the market, they also know what would impede progress or access, so they are able to guide our team.
By the end of the year 2020, RENU had established presence in all the regions of Uganda and grown its membership to a total of 139 institutions with 216 connected campuses. The membership is composed of both private and public universities, tertiary institutions, schools, and research institutions. Located in Arua district, Muni University, a public university, is also a member of RENU.
When we started the university, the first program we opened to was IT. We have Bachelor of Information Technology and Bachelor of Information System. And you can imagine there is no way one can run such programs without services and support of an organization such as RENU.
Go to the next page where there is click here, those links which are highlighted.
Yes, they provided training for our staff. The training has been fabulous. Real-time training of our staff has benefited us enormously.
The Islamic University in Uganda is a member university of RENU whose main campus is in Mbale.
We live in the 21st century. You need to be connected. Our students, we call them the .com kids. We contribute to RENU mostly because of getting them connected to e-resources, e-books, e-journals, so that they don't lack the relevant material that their professors and teachers, refer them to.
Our students can access the e-learning network. RENU has supported us with also talking to the telecom providers with MTN and Airtel, making sure that our e-learning systems, our website are 0 rated, so even students can access the system without, they don't need data to access the system. And in that system they can access notes, assignments, courseworks, interact with the lecturers, chat, discussions.
There is methods, it is there, it is on level 1.
I think it's only us and them.
Founded in 2002, Bishop Stuart University is a chartered private higher education institution located in Mbarara, Western Uganda, also a member of RENU.
It came here in 2015. We had issues of connectivity. But when RENU came in, or when we went to RENU, our university is fully connected with internet. All our lecturers are now required to put all their teaching materials under virtual learning environment of Bishop Stuart University.
RENU has been able to give us capacity building services for the ICT staff through their workshops. Also, RENU also has an EduRoom service, which we use here, and this has as a service which has really boosted research and collaboration among students and lecturers.
We are using it to study online using Zoom. The student support is doing well. The VLE, we access the lectures. They put on the notes for us. We access them. They are all going on well.
Kabale University is a public university located in Kabale district with a student population of about 3,000 students.
We are expanding our services. It was slow a bit, and because we are very far, the service was a bit not so regular. It had breakages when they would be digging up the roads, but now we are very stable.
RENU was a good thing. One, we had to move from one service provider to the next. Year in, year out, you are changing internet service providers, hoping you can get better internet services. A good example, you'd have internet today, tomorrow, for the next 2 days, it is not there. There is no communication as why service is not there. The bill comes when it is not changed. Then the costs were absolutely so high. You are just getting 1 meg, and it was not even actually distributed well at campus. It was just in a few administrative offices, a few computer labs. So, but with the coming of RENU, I can say internet is now spread all over. We are timely communicated as to the challenges. I must say students and staff are comfortable and very happy with the RENU services.
The COVID-19 pandemic has really disturbed us as students. We cannot all come to campus and we have our education there. We have to do it online, and EDU has really done a great thing that we can do it online without specifically coming to campus.
I think that RENU is well positioned really to make a contribution in this new development of the digital age, and also in facilitating learning, because, you know, as I hinted, this traditional method of teaching and learning of first phase has got a lot of challenges now. With the SOPs now of social distancing and so on and so on. So RENU, with its ICT background and capacity, it can now stage itself very strategically to promote capacity building for the higher education institutions in the ICT provision and also ICT skills.
Today, industry, business, and education need interdisciplinary research approaches to societal challenges. Working with other like-minded organizations or higher education institutes could open a world of knowledge and answer critical questions.
If you want to get quality education in one particular institution, then, or in particular subject, let me say finance management, and I know that UCU has an excellent teacher in finance management. Why shouldn't I ask him and invite him to collaborate with other universities and share his knowledge and his teaching? It's a bonus for everybody. For the giving university UCU, for the receiving universities, collaboration is always a win-win situation for everybody. And the more we are engaged in such type of work, the more I think we're benefiting. We have the technical possibilities to do so. We have that, we have the means. So what is stopping us?
RENU extends the high-speed internet and other ICT services to these institutions to foster research and education collaboration.
I can say we have really benefited a lot from RENU, and we have a lot of services. They provide our internet. Increasing our bandwidth is very important so that many people can connect easily and they can do their work. Our researchers do a lot of use a lot of internet, looking for literature, downloading literature, but also communication and video conferencing. And they have done all this at a reduced cost, because before it used to be quite expensive.
RENU gives us a cost-friendly, stable, reliable internet service. IDI has substantial financial commitments, so we have a substantial budget, and for that we use a system called Navision, and Navision is able to ride on RENU services and work quite seamlessly. So from a research, from a financial management perspective, HR management, RENU has been a game changer for us.
Lloyd Sentongo is a researcher at the Rakai Health Sciences Program. With the RENU network and a supportive capacity building program in place, this institution and other research centers enjoy reliable and affordable internet connectivity.
Like what the pandemic was, it forced many people to work from home. But some of these RENU services were key, and one of them was the EduVPN service, where staff were working from home, but they could use the EduVPN application, access the resources at office as if they were physically in office. So that was a huge service, and this came for free from RENU.
Baale Clinical Research Institute has the vision of doing research, improving clinical care, and improving training locally. So RENU comes in very handy because they are partnering with institutions that are advancing that. At the end of it, we are looking at a benefit which reduces sicknesses in the community and improves the health and outputs of the community, and thereby fighting poverty and also fighting underdevelopment in our settings.
For the larger scale, RENU Internet has ensured that our data team have reliable connection with the online hosting databases for data capturing, data entry, and analysis.
Nicholas Mbonimpa, the current CEO of RENU, has visions for RENU. His ideas are pushing the boundaries of how research and education will look like years from now.
The demand or the need is that we should start to deliver services that are direct in the faces of the end users, so that as they go on with their studies, with their teaching, with their research, their work is made easier by the services we provide directly to them.
The Secretariat plans are now end-user focused, the end users being the students, researchers, lecturers, and other staff of the institution served.
We have to continue providing or strengthening the foundational services. That's connectivity in the institutions and on the local side and international side. But at the same time, remain mindful that we have to support the end users directly. That connectivity in the form we provided it previously was to the directorates of ICT, was to the institution. But the end users also have needs that we have to address as we go along.
No matter where you are today or where you will go tomorrow, RENU will always be with you.
We congratulate RENU.
Thank you very much and congratulations.
Thank you, RENU.
Thank you, RENU.
Thank you, RENU. Thank you, thank you, thank you.